Hello, this is Denver McMurray. I'm the teacher for Physics 1417 or Physical Science 2. Um, this will be meeting a class at meeting at Weatherford College in Wise County every Tuesday night from 6:30 to 7:45. All right. The purpose of this video is just to give you a little bit of a rundown on how this course will work and how to operate through Canvas, assuming you at least got to this video, so you've at least gotten into Canvas to the web page. Okay, so let's go from there. First of all, just a few things here at the beginning. There's a getting started course welcome. Um, Tells you a little bit about me, and it also has a video, which is this video, that you can watch to see what's going on, except this video is being recorded, so it's not there yet, but you get the idea. And there's a place to click for the syllabus online or to get a Word document or a PDF. Okay. Um, on the next page, next dot, is just the course syllabus and policies. All right, place to click on the syllabus to see the online version, to see the Word and document, and then here's buttons that will take you to each of the units and the materials that you have to do for each one on the modules. All right. Then these two information, the information on those two tabs are also found down here, so we'll talk about them in a minute. You can get them on those tabs, or you can go down, scroll down here, and get it all here. Anyhow, the course book, textbook information. I don't want to go over all this because there's a video there, but basically there is a physical universe that comes with this as part of the day one access. Over here on the side, there's a day one access. If you click on there, it should show you a library and which books you have in there. It should automatically be in there. You don't have to purchase it. You already have purchased it, actually. Now, this course is a lot more mathematics based, and it is not really compatible with what we're doing. So if you would like to opt out of it, you can usually, if you look at the drawing of your book, there's a little thing in the corner where you can click on opt out, and you should be refunded for the money that it takes you. So I would recommend doing that. I feel like the better course, if you can take this course without a textbook, and all the material is shown in the video lectures and the in-person lectures that you need. So it is possible to take it as a without the textbook. But if you'd like a textbook that's good, that reinforces what we're talking about, and it really matches more to what we're doing, it's very easy to read. It's called, well, this one's of course reversed, but if you look on the thing here, it's Conceptual Physical Science Exploration, second edition by Hewitt, Suchaki, I believe, and Hewitt. Okay, it is out of print, but if you get online and just do a search for it, you can find used copies, and usually fairly cheaply. So if you would like to have a textbook and you feel like you benefit from that, I would highly recommend that one. It's based on chapters 15 through 32 of that book. Basically correlates pretty closely to how we have this class set up. The one online, I was chosen probably primarily because it was offered online, and I don't know that it's most students have not reported as being very helpful, and it has a lot of math in it and stuff, not so much, which this course is not designed to be a high math course. It's more conceptual, talking about the ideas and concepts and understanding it, but not necessarily doing a lot of math. So anyhow, that's your choice. You watch the video and decide what you would like to do there. If you do opt out, you need to do that fairly soon in the process, within the first week or so. All right, going back to the front page again, home page. The other connections here are not my personal ones. These are ones that are just same throughout the college. Roots, which has a lot of resources, student services, financial aid, a lot of different things here, jobs, clubs, and so forth. Lots of information. Good place to go for that sort of information as well, to find it all in one place. And the technology help, which is very important. Particularly if you have any issues with trying to get online, or it won't let you download the lab, or lockdown browsers not working properly, or whatever, you can call me. First of all, you can send me an email. I should say not call, but if you can send me an email, and I will see if there's something wrong at my end. Sometimes I've forgotten to open something, or put the wrong date for it, or something like that, and it may be an issue at my end. Most of the time, it may be something that they will have to help you with, technology people. If you have Chromebook, sometimes they have issues, and you have to download some apps, Google Apps or something, to make it work properly, and so forth. But they were very good about helping you with that. So if you go down here where it says WT Tech Help Desk and click the little plus sign, you can put in a ticket request where you describe what your problem is, and they get back to you usually fairly quickly, depending on, of course, on what time of day and what day it is and things like that. But they do a pretty good job. All I can tell you is unplug your computer and plug it back in again and reboot it and see what happens. But and I can check if it's something on my end, but if it's not something on my end, you'll have to get in touch with them. There are some other things here that are good. If you haven't used Canvas before, there's a training module thing here which tells you a lot of different things that you can do to help how to use Canvas and stuff. Probably a good thing to read. Even if you know how to use Canvas, you could probably read that and find some new things that you didn't know about yet. But anyway, that's up to you. But those are good resources, and they're always there from the homepage. All right. Now, about this course, welcome. Of course, we have the video, what you're doing here. If you click on here, it takes you to the online syllabus. All right. And the online syllabus right here, it says basically my office is the 208, the lab room that we have our class in. I'm usually not on campus during the day, but I will be before class or after class. And you can, of course, always reach me by email. So you can do that. Course description, basically we're talking about chemistry, geology, meteorology, and astronomy. About half the course will be chemistry, and then the other will be split between the other subjects. So chemistry will be one of the main things that we can study. We meet on Tuesday nights for an hour and 15 minutes. Now, obviously, I can't cover everything in a chapter in that length of time. Try to do a lot of demonstrations or mini labs that help illustrate what we're talking about. Some chapters will not have that because you can't do very many hands-on labs with the centers of the Earth's crust and things like that. But we'll also try to hit the high points, not everything, but I'll try to hit the high points of the most important points that you need to know for that chapter. Okay, and so people can actually ask questions and things like that. All right. In the textbook, like we've already talked about, so you can look for that there and decide what you want to do with that. Attendance policy, you're expected to attend every class meeting. I will usually tape on the big blue button the lecture, but I don't know how well that works or not, depending on the day. You can't always see all the demonstrations and things like that. So it's definitely in your favor and usually increases the grade and achievement if you are there every time. And as you can, I understand there are things that happen, but try to be there as much as you can because it will definitely help you learn better. Course requirements will have five total exams, 4 exams, and then a final that is comprehensive and covers all of it. These exams will make up 65%, so well over half. So you definitely want to do well on the exams. All right. On the final exam, it will be over everything. And if you make a higher grade on the final than you did on one of your earlier exams, say the first or second one, and this wasn't very good, then this will be a chance you can replace one of those first 4 grades, one of them, the lowest one. If it's lower than your final grade, it can be replaced with the final grade. So it's just kind of an encouragement to keep working hard on that final exam and using it if you can to replace one of your other grades. 25% of your grade, 1/4, will be based on the quizzes each week. So that is also obviously important because between the two of those, there's basically 90% of your grade. The remaining 10% will come from review questions and summaries and other daily work that we do. All right, so obviously the quizzes and the tests are going to count the biggest part of your average. Notes, I do have an outline of notes that I give you. It's kind of like a heavily redacted version. Some people that confuses them because they're not sure exactly what goes where. And if it doesn't work, then fine, just start from scratch and do your own notes, and that'd be fine. I do recommend you take notes because I've certainly found that's how you do the best. But if the outline notes help you and you can use it to fill in things, then by all means use those. All right. Late work, obviously, if it's late, it's going to be penalized, so please do not do that. Do not send me email work unless you've sent something to me and say, hey, just email it to me. Sometimes it's easier for late work to say just email it to me than to go back in and reopen it, so I may do that. All right, grading criteria, basically in the 90s to 100 is a A, 80 to 89, B, and so forth. You can see that. And once again, the summary, 65% of the lecture exams will be of your grade. The quizzes will be 25% and 10% daily work. Summary papers, we will have 2 summary papers, and these are articles that I would just like for you to make a quick summary of. We'll talk more about those later, but um, they're not research papers. They're simply where you're summarizing the information in the article for me. All right, class schedule. Actually, we'll be meeting on the day after this. This is Monday, but we'll be meeting on the 14th, 21st, and so forth. But that week, we will cover these different units. All right, and then finally, in the 1st of May, we'll be doing our final exam. All right. General setup that is every week on Saturday night, your questions will be due. The chapter quizzes will have to be done sometime between Saturday and Monday night, and every 3rd or 4th week we will have an exam. When we have exams, they will be from Monday to Thursday of the next week, so it gives you a little bit of leeway in there to fit that into your schedule, whatever will work best for you. Okay, and that's basically the syllabus information. Like I said, there is a Word version if you want to copy it, print it out, and the PDF version. So, but those are there. Yeah. All your assignments are in the modules section. All right. But basically, I put these on the front page so that you can just come here, click to it, and go straight to it, and it will take you to the correct module. For example, if I click Unit 11, it'll take me straight through it. Now, you can go to the module page, but it'll always take you to the top, so you have to scroll down to it. So sometimes it's quicker just to do the chapter on the home page. So whatever works for you. All right. The last thing on the home page is the articles. When we have articles, this will take you to them. They're also on the modules, and it also explains a little bit about each article, what you need to do. And there are an exam study materials pages. Okay, this one just takes you to the module where you can take your exam, but this one, the study materials. Okay, if you click on this, it will have answers. Now, obviously, the answers to the questions are not going to be posted until they're due. So questions are due on Saturday, Sunday morning, sometime Sunday, early Sunday. I will put up the answers onto the web page. All right, and I will post them. There'll be a link here instead of just a black and white. It'll be highlighted and linked. You can click on that and check your answers. Now, if you feel like you're good, that's fine. You understand all the questions, but it's always usually a good chance, good practice to go back and check your answers. But you can't do that until Sunday. So it depends. Some people go ahead and take their quiz on Saturday when it first becomes available before they can check their answers, and that's fine. But if you'd like to check your answers, you need to wait till at least Sunday. All right, which is not a problem for those of you who are going to wait till 10:30 on Monday night to do it, but I'm not necessarily going to recommend that. But this is where all the keys will be for each of those. All right. Now, let's go to the modules and look at it a little bit. All right, if you click on the first one, Intro Course Materials, there is one up here that's called Course Information Module. You can click through those. They're not a whole lot of particularly useful stuff there, but you can do that if you'd like. The introduction, the first things that you actually have to turn in. You can see the due dates underneath it, so that tells you something. These are due and tells you how many points they're worth. These are just basically statements that you click and say, yes, I promise not to cheat and to do things fairly. Introduction is where you tell me a little bit about yourself, why you're taking the class, what do you hope to get out of it, that sort of thing. And just let me know a little bit more about you. All right. Starting with Unit 1 is atomic structure, and then you can see you just have the units, and then every so often you will have an exam. You also have a article summary that's coming up in February the 6th, so you want to make sure to do that before then, but you got a while to worry about that. All right. The basic structure is under each unit there will be outline of notes, either as a Word document or a PDF. Okay, so relax, there's nothing you have to do for those. Now the first chapter also has a handout of the periodic table, so you can print one of those off or at least pull it up if you'd like to while you're doing things. There's a list of 29 elements. Some of the ones that I think are the most important ones that you know the symbol and the name of. So they're not the only ones we'll use, obviously, but they are real commonly used ones. So I want you to get familiar with that. But notice there's no grade on that one. All right. There will be the lecture videos, and each unit will have these. All right. They will usually be 15 minutes, anywhere from 3 to 5 of them usually, about 15 minutes long, and it's basically the lecture. Okay, and you go through it and read the lecture, listen to the lecture, take your notes, things like that. And each, like I said, each um, chapter will have, or unit will have some of those. Back over there. Okay, so you have your then after you watch the videos, you'll have questions that you can answer. All right, and then ultimately you will have a quiz for grade down here. Okay, now this one also has another little worksheet you can work on to practice some of your skills. It also has a quiz where you can practice your symbols and their names, but they are not a grade. Okay, obviously the things that have grades have number depth. So your questions and your quizzes, all right, are the big part of your grade. And then the same thing continues here: outlines, videos, questions, a couple of worksheets, and then the quiz. All right, and that's pretty much how it gets into. All right, that's basically how it goes. Good news is on the front page, your front page will look a little different than mine. But you probably won't have all this stuff, but you will have this coming up. Any assignments, I believe, within the next week will be listed here. Okay, and so this will tell you things that you will need to do to get finished that are coming up. Okay, some things like questions are available from the very first day. You can go to any chapter and start working on the questions on that chapter. Feel free to do that. But most of the things will come available as we get closer to the date. Okay, and we'll have due dates like that. Other than that, I think that's pretty good introduction to the course. If you have any questions, by all means, send me an email, let me know, and I'll get back to you on that. I look forward to having a great year and glad to see you coming to Physical Science 2.